Hi guys, welcome to your 40-minute yoga practice. We're going to be working on balance and core strength today. So it's going to be a bit of a challenging practice, so make sure you just take time out whenever you need to give yourself a bit of a downward dog or a child's pose. So we're going to start standing, big toes together, heels slightly apart, shoulders rolled back and down, and just taking a moment to tune ourselves into our surroundings. Becoming aware of the feeling of the mat beneath our feet, the warmth or the coolness of the air, and releasing any outside distractions. On an inhale, sweep your arms up and above your head. On an exhale, sweep them to the mat, coming into a gentle forward bend. Shake your arms out, take hold of your elbows, and just hang gently. Placing your hands back on the mat, bringing the weight to the front of your feet, engaging your thigh muscles to lift your kneecaps. Looking forward, inhale, scoop, lifting your chest, bending your knees. And on an exhale, stepping backwards, right foot then left to take plank. Shoulders are over hands, nice straight line from heels to shoulders. Abs are engaged. And holding here. Lowering down to chaturanga now. We're going to hold in chaturanga for a moment. So we've still got that straight line from our heels to our shoulders. Elbows are tucked in nice and close to our body. And just hovering off the mat. Releasing to the mat, hands under shoulders, scooping up to a nice relaxed cobra. Taking it gently first off, chests open, looking upwards if that's comfortable for you. And releasing back down, tuck your toes under. Pushing back and up to downward dog. Take a little moment to organize yourself into your first downward dog here. You can bend your knees and straighten them. You can work one leg then the other. Sitting bones are lifting up and back. Chest is pressing back towards your thighs. Hands press the mat firmly away from you. And just make sure you're creating a little space between your ears and your shoulders. And breathe in here. This is your recovery spot. This is a good place to come back to if you need a break through the practice. Looking forward now. Inhale, step the right leg forward, then the left. Exhale into a gentle forward bend. And inhale, sweep all the way up. Little back bend, and exhale, return to prayer. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhale, scoop your chest, lengthen your spine. And exhale, step left foot, then right back to plank. Holding in your plank, abs engaged to protect your back. And then we're just going to squeeze our tailbone forward. So on an exhale, squeeze. Imagine the tailbone curling under, pressing towards the front of your body. On your inhale, release. Exhale, squeezing forward. Inhaling, releasing. Exhale and squeeze. Inhale and release. Releasing back down through chaturanga. Feet flat, lifting to a slightly deeper cobra now. Lengthening your arms, lengthening your spine. And then releasing back to the floor. Tuck your toes under, press up and back. Downward dog. Sitting bones are pressing up and back. Chest pressing back towards your thighs. And heels are tending towards the floor without forcing. Looking forward, inhale, step your left foot forward, then your right, releasing into forward bend, inhaling to the sky, and exhaling, returning to prayer. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, scoop, lengthen your spine. And exhale, stepping right leg then left back to take plank. So this time on your plank, lifting your right leg to your right elbow, and then to your left elbow, to your right elbow, and then to your left. Keep the leg strong as you extend it behind you without touching it to the floor. Just working from one elbow then to the other. Bring it as far forward as you can with without piking your hips upwards. Swapping legs. Left leg comes to left elbow and then to the right. Left elbow and then to the right. Taking it really slow, extending your leg fully between repetitions. Returning to plank, coming down, chaturanga, cobra. Tuck your toes under, exhale, downward dog. Pressing your hips firmly backwards. With each downward dog, you should be moving a little bit deeper into the pose. Looking forward, step your right leg forward, then your left. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale, sweeping to the ceiling, little back bend. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Inhaling, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, left leg back, right leg taking plank. So now variation this time, we're going to sweep our knee across. So lift the right knee, sweep it from left elbow to right elbow, extend back, and then right elbow to left elbow, extend back. Moving steadily, one circle then the other, keeping those hips nice and level. Swapping legs, left knee comes from left elbow to right elbow, extends, and then comes from right elbow to left elbow and repeats. Keeping it going, challenging those abs. If your arms are shaking a little bit, don't worry. Coming down to the floor now, chaturanga. Inhaling to a deep cobra. And then tucking your toes under and exhaling up and back to downward dog. Pressing the sitting bones nice and high. Fingers spread and strongly forcing the mat away from you. Looking forward now. Stepping left leg then right foot forward into your forward bend. Inhaling, sweeping all the way up. And exhaling, returning to prayer. Inhaling, reaching for the ceiling. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, bending your arms, jump lightly back to land in plank position. We're going to go for plank swings now. So you're dipping your hips from one side, coming up through the middle, dipping to the other side, almost as if you're trying to tap the floor with your hips without quite making it that low down. Keep the movement slow and steady. Keep your tummy muscles engaged. And if your back starts to hurt at all in this, then just come back to your plank. Excellent. Coming to plank now, down to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And tucking your toes under, exhale, downward dog. Pressing up and back. Making sure you've still got space around those ears. We're going to jump forward this time. So in a moment, you're going to be looking forward. When you jump, make it really light. Use your tummy muscles. Bend your knees. Float forward. Land lightly between your hands. Exhale to forward bend. And inhale all the way up. Little back bend. And returning to prayer. Inhaling up. Little back bend. Exhaling down. Inhale and scoop forward. Bending your elbows. Jump lightly back to plank, making sure you land with a little bend in your elbows. Checking your alignment, making sure your heels come in a straight line to your shoulders, hands are underneath the shoulders, and the hips aren't sagging down or piking upwards, and just holding here. Rolling to side plank now. You can stack one foot on top of the other, or you can stagger them slightly. Reaching your top arm up to the sky, engaging the muscles on your sides, your oblique muscles, to lift your hips. Returning through the middle and over to the other side. Again, stacking your feet or staggering them. reaching high through the top arm and really keeping those hips lifted. Returning back to plank, chaturanga, upward dog. So only the tops of your feet are on the floor now. Tucking your feet under, pressing back and up to downward dog. Breathing here. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Reconnecting with your breathing. Looking forward, bending your elbows, jump softly forward, landing between your hands. Exhale into forward bend, inhale up, and exhaling, returning to prayer. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, hands to the floor. Inhale and scoop, bending your elbows, jump lightly back to plank. Straight down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Back to the floor, exhaling up, downward dog. Chest pressing back towards your thighs. Sitting bones reaching up and back. Looking forward, rise onto your toes and roll your body forward. Dropping your hips to the ground and looking up in a modified upward dog. Press back to downward dog. So you're staying on your toes all this time, coming into that movement again, rolling forward to upward dog. It's a modified upward dog, so you're staying on your toes. If it's hurting them, you can flip your feet over. This is really challenging for your back and your belly, for all of your core. Roll to your toes, hips press down, chest lifts up, looking to the sky. Rolling backwards. Inhale as you roll forward, look up. Exhale as your hips come back up and you roll back to downward dog. And again, movement smooth and controlled. Coming to a stop, taking downward dog. Breathing here, reconnect with your breathing. Looking forward, lightly jump or step between your hands. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale, sweeping your arms to the sky, little back bend. And exhale, returning your hands to prayer. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, scoop, lengthen your spine. Exhale, jump lightly back to plank. Chaturanga, upward dog without touching down. Roll your toes, downward dog without touching down. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Lift as high as you can. And then bend the heel gently back towards your buttocks. Allow the weight of the leg to carry it towards the left-hand side of your body. And look up and under your arm as your body opens. And then to take this a little further, allow the weight of that leg to carry it all the way down to the left-hand side as your right hand comes off the floor, and then open your body towards the sky, reaching up and away with your right hand, as if you're trying to touch the ground with it. Really push your hips skywards. It's a lovely stretch through the front of your body. Returning back, rolling over to downward dog. Stretching that leg back up towards the sky. Really press away through the toes. Keep the leg active. And returning it to downward dog. Press your sitting bones up and back. And on your inhale, raise your left leg towards the ceiling. Allow the heel to fall back towards your buttocks. And open your body towards the left, looking up under your left armpit. Allow the weight to come all the way across to the right hand side of the body. Bring your left foot down and open your chest towards the sky. as you reach for the sky with your left hand. Rolling back, returning to one-legged downward dog. Pressing away through your toes. And then releasing your foot to the mat. Reconnect with your breathing once more. And then looking forward, little bend in the knees, jump or step between the hands. Exhale to forward bend. Inhaling, reaching for the sky. Little back bend and returning your hands to prayer. Inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Inhale and scoop. Exhale, lightly jump back, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, tuck your toes under, downward dog. Inhale the right leg to the ceiling. Stretch up and away. And then looking forward, sweep the leg through between your hands. Keep your back knee off the mat, your chest lifted, fingertips on the floor. And when you're ready, bring your hands to the top of your knee. Shoulders are back, shoulder blades sliding down your back. And then on an inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. You can look up towards your hands if your balance allows this. Otherwise, just keep looking straight forward, choosing a focal point to keep your gaze on. Looking forward, bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Press them away, reach towards your focal point, and lift your back foot off the floor. Now you can only lift it a little bit if you want. If you can, come all the way up and through to Warrior 3, legs straightens to standing. Extend your arms behind you, coming into Modified Warrior 3. And bend your knee if you need to. You can keep your foot just a couple of inches off the floor, whatever works for you. Release your right arm to the floor now and open your body towards the left. You can look up towards the left hand if you can, otherwise keep your gaze on the floor. Coming into Half Moon Pose. Bringing both hands out to the sides once more to a little bit of an airplane. Back leg still strongly extended, really active. And then straightening up without touching down. Bring your left leg all the way through. Bring it up in front of you. You want the thigh to be about parallel to the ground if you can. Release your arms out to an airplane again. Extend the left leg behind you once more, coming into that Modified Warrior 3. And inhale, return to standing on that one leg. Straightening up, left leg in front. Back to Modified Warrior 3. Stretch strongly through the leg and the arms. And return, hands to prayer. Leg up in front. And once more back through Warrior 3. And bringing your leg back down to the floor and returning to Crescent. Bring both hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog, preparing for the opposite side. Inhale your left leg to the ceiling, stretch firmly away through the foot, push away through your hands. Then sweep the foot through between your hands. Back knee can stay down if you're struggling with your balance a little bit. Bring both hands onto the top of your knee. Choosing your focal point in front of you to keep your gaze on. Inhale, reach your arm to the ceiling, lifting your gaze towards your hands if you can. If your back knee's been down, try lifting it this time. can always bring your gaze forward to your focal point if you need to. And holding in this crescent pose. Reach your arms forward towards your focal point. And begin to shift your weight to your front foot. You can do this in several small steps if you want to. You can keep your back foot really low. Otherwise, coming into Warrior 3, stretching away strongly through hands and legs. Pressing back with your back foot as you're trying to push the wall away. Sweep your arms out to aeroplane, creating that modified Warrior 3. And then release your left hand down to the floor as you open your right up towards the ceiling. You can keep your gaze on the floor, or you can bring it up towards your hand. Just do what works for your balance. Returning your gaze to your focal point. Bring your arms up to an aeroplane. Back leg still stretches strongly away. Straightening your body up now. Bring your hands to prayer in front of you. Right knee rises in front of you. And returning to airplane. One side is always going to be easier than the other side, so don't worry if you're finding one a little bit more difficult. Coming back through, hands to prayer, knee raised. And once more back to airplane. And back to prayer. And returning through to airplane, stretching away firmly through that back leg, and then lowering it to the mat, keeping your back knee up as you sweep your arms through to crescent, creating that back bend. Release your hands back to either side of your foot. Chaturanga, upward dog, and then tucking your toes under, downward dog. Reconnecting with your breathing, pressing up and back through your sitting bones, creating space around your ears. Looking forward, bending your knees, and jump and step through to sitting between your hands. We're going to have a couple more core exercises here now. So sitting with your feet on the ground in front of you, knees together, just tuck your hands behind your knees and then rock gently back so that you're balancing on your sacrum. Lift your shins so that they're parallel to the ground and then release your hands from your knees. You can straighten your legs out a little bit, you can keep them bent, whatever works for you, and just holding in boat. Bring your hands around your knees, squeeze your knees towards your chest, still balancing on your sacrum. And then release, returning to boat. Try raising your legs a little higher if you want to challenge yourself. Or try allowing your body to release towards the floor. Hugging your knees once more. Pulling them towards your chest, releasing the tension. And releasing them. Bringing your shins to parallel with the floor. Or extending them further if that works for you. And hugging them in towards your chest once more. Extending both legs along the mat now. We're just going to roll back down to the floor. Hands under your bum. Bring both feet towards the ceiling. We're just going to go into a couple of leg lowers. So with your leg lowers, you want your tummy pulled towards your spine and your spine towards the floor. And as you lower your legs, just go to the point at which you feel your spine is about to start lifting. And before it does, bring your legs back up towards the ceiling. You might have to bend them to make this a little bit easier. Just do what works for you. exhaling as you lift towards the ceiling. Inhaling as you release them back down. Slow, controlled motion. Excellent. Making sure you're not holding your breath. Bring your knees in towards your chest now and give yourself a little bit of a rock from side to side. Releasing the tension from your spine. And then coming through to seated once more. Bring the soles of your feet together and pull them in as close to your body as you can into Cobblers Pose. Allow the weight of your legs to do the work of carrying your knees towards the floor. You don't need to force this one, it's just a gentle hip opener. If you're feeling comfortable with it, you can fold yourself forward over your legs, and the weight of your body will help intensify that hip stretch. Breathe deeply here. Picture yourself inhaling into the tightness in your hips, and as you exhale, allow the weight of your body to carry you forward in relaxation. Straightening up now, release your left leg along the mat, bring your right so that the sole presses against your thigh, and then gently walk your hands along your extended leg. Keep the foot active, toes tending back towards you, and again don't try and force the stretch, allow the weight of your body to do the work. Walking your way back up now and swapping sides. Keeping the extended leg active, turning to face it and walking your hands gently out. You can take hold of the feet if that's comfortable for you, or you can take hold of the calves or just let your hands rest on the floor beside you. Again, thinking of breathing away the tension. Coming back up now, lying back down on the mat, keeping your feet up towards your buttocks so you can actually just touch the heels with your fingertips. Vertebrae by vertebrae, press your hips towards the sky as you come up into bridge. You can clasp your hands under your back and help walk your shoulders together, or just leave your hands flat on the floor. Make sure your knees stay in line with your ankles, and your chest pressing back towards your chin. And breathe deeply here, enjoying this little back bend. Unclasping your hands, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling down to the mat, and then bending your knees into your chest and giving yourself a little rock from side to side. Enjoy this little moment of release. Letting go of your legs now, and we're going to come and roll over onto our tummies on the mat. We'll do a couple of little back exercises to finish off with. So coming to lie at full extension on your stomach, legs stretched away, and hands either under your chin or swept down your sides, palms facing upwards. And on an inhale, engaging the muscles of your back, lift your chest off the mat. Legs remain down, hands stretch away firmly. And breathing here, feeling your belly expanding against the mat. Release back down. And lift. This time bring your feet up as well, keep your legs quite straight, so still stretching away through them. Holding here. And release, relax back onto the mat. Inhale and lift legs and arms, or if this is proving a little bit too much, just leave your legs on the mat and lift just your arms. Making sure your chest feels clear of the floor. And releasing. Relaxing back onto the mat. Bringing your hands under your shoulders now and sit back onto your heels, stretching into an extended child. So really pull away through your fingers while your sitting bones remain down. Just give yourself a lovely long stretch through the back after that work. Looking forwards and coming back up and over to lie on your back again. Keep your feet towards your buttocks, stretch your arms out to either side, and then allow your knees to relax out to the right hand side while your head looks towards the left. Breathe deeply into the stretch. Returning to the center, releasing to the opposite side. And then coming back towards the center. Extend your legs along the mat. Bring your hands to lie palms up by your sides. And we're just taking Shavasana, the final relaxation pose. Allow your feet to rest about 6 inches apart. And draw your attention to the world around you. To any outside noises, any outside distractions, to the feel of the mat against your skin, the coolness or warmth of the air. And check in with how your body's feeling. What's changed and what's stayed the same through the practice. And then allow yourself to relax. Allow your feet to roll out to the side as your calves relax. Allow your thighs to press back into the mat. Allow your kneecaps to roll outwards and your sitting bones to release towards the ground. Allow your fingers to uncurl and your forearms to roll to the sides. Release the tension from your shoulders and feel your shoulder blades press back into the earth. Vertebrae by vertebrae, allow your spine to release and the muscles of your abdomen to relax. Allow the tension to leave your neck and the lines of stress to lift from your jaw and around your eyes. And when your body is completely at ease, draw yourself further inwards. Draw yourself to a place of quiet, a place of peace. It can be a place where you've been, or a place that exists only for you. It can be familiar, or it can be a million miles away. But it's a place where you feel at peace, where you can rest undisturbed. Experience it fully. Find out what the sounds and the smells and the sights are. And allow yourself to become fully aware of them. If thoughts of the outside world intrude, push them gently away. They'll still be there tomorrow. And instead allow yourself this moment to be completely at ease. From this quiet space where you are, take one last look around. Bring your awareness back to the scents and sounds, the sights and tastes of this place, and prepare to carry it with you as you come back into the world. Remember how easy it is to return to, and that you carry it with you always, so that you can always find peace. And then bringing your attention back to your body. Begin by wriggling your fingers, wriggling your toes, and taking a moment to thank your body for the truly amazing thing that it is. Then in your own time, bringing your knees up and rolling gently onto your side in fetal position. And take a moment there in the safety of this pose to have gratitude for what your body does for you. Then placing your hands on the mat and bring yourself through to seated. Bring your hands to prayer. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me here today, and I hope to see you again soon.